Most straight-A students don't spend all day studying. That goes against what most people assume. The common picture is someone buried in textbooks for 12 hours, no social life, grinding until they get the grade. But after interviewing dozens of top students, one pattern kept showing up. They weren't putting in more hours. They were doing things differently. Here are 4 habits that separate them from everyone else. Number 1, they plan before they study. Average students sit down and then figure out what to work on. Top students already know before they open a single book. Every morning, they spend a few minutes looking at their schedule and picking what actually needs to get done that day. Not a long list, just the 2 or 3 things that matter most. That one small step means they start working right away, instead of spending the first 20 minutes staring at their desk, wondering where to begin. Number 2, they stop trusting their memory for everything. Most students try to keep track of everything in their head. Assignments, deadlines, quiz dates, things a professor mentioned in passing. Eventually, the mental load gets heavy and the overwhelm creeps in. Top students just write things down the moment they come up, not because their memory is worse, but because they'd rather use their brain to think about the material in front of them than to babysit a mental to-do list. Your notebook or phone should hold the schedule. Your head should be free to actually learn. Number 3, they stop assuming they have more time than they do. You've probably had days where you looked at your to-do list in the morning and felt fine about it, then looked up at 9 p.m. with half the list untouched. Top students estimate time more honestly. Instead of writing study chemistry, they write 4 to 5, chemistry chapter 3. When you assign a time slot to every task, you can see what actually fits in a day and what doesn't. It feels like doing less. In practice, you usually get more done because you're working with a realistic picture instead of an optimistic one. Number 4, they're okay with not finishing everything today. This one is underrated. Top students don't treat an unfinished task as a failure. If something doesn't fit today, they move it to another day and keep going. They don't stay up until 2 a.m. trying to force everything into one evening. That's only possible because they trust their system. They know every task has been written down and given a date. Nothing is slipping through. And that confidence makes it easier to focus on the work in front of them instead of worrying about everything else. Getting straight A's has less to do with raw intelligence than most people think. It comes down to a few basic habits. Plan your day before it starts. Write things down instead of holding them in your head. Be honest about your time. And trust your system enough to not panic when today's list overflows. If you found this useful, subscribe for more practical strategies that actually hold up when school gets busy.